Welcome back. If you remember a few weeks ago, I took you all with me to a rampage shopping spree at Bass Pro Shops where we spent over $1,700 on new flashlights. This is the continuation of that video where we are going to review 3 more brands from that shopping spree. We're going to look at 8 lights from Iprotec, 3 from Browning, and 2 from Smith & Wesson. I have made a complete chart for all of the lights in this video that has the output, battery type, price, and what I got when I measured the output for each of these lights. It's linked in the description. Beginning with our Iprotec lights, these were relatively inexpensive. As a whole, I feel like that this brand is a bit gimmicky. Seems like we get a wide range of functions. For example, we have many zoomable heads, multiple colors in some of our lights, angled necks, and magnetic tail caps. Beginning with our smallest light, it is the Pro Inspector. It's 2 AAA powered, rated at 180 lumens, and cost us $18. It's comparable to our G20 and our Milwaukee light. One thing it does have that those lights did not have is we got a focusable head. I've never had a AAA Zoomy, and the beam is really good. It's soft and smooth, just like on our G20 when it's all the way out. But we can also zoom it in if we need to see into smaller spaces. We also got high, low, and strobe mode, but fortunately it will default back to the high mode. Moving on to our Night Commanders, we got 2 versions of this light. One is very similar to our Home Depot lights in that we got a cob LED on the front as well as our reflector light. It also gives us a green in that cob. In our second light, we got the regular thrower in the center, and then our LEDs around the edge are the color. We got blue, red, and then you can have a combination of the blue and red. I think maybe they intended that to mimic UV, but I'm not sure. We'll see how it compares with actual UV later. One last function we got is these can transform. You can have them either at the angle or straight out like a regular flashlight. And we got magnetic tail caps. Next up is our Pro Dual, where we get our first zoomy type head. All of the zoomable Iprotec heads are a twist in and out. We also have our secret function. Ooh. To me, that is still a bit gimmicky, but it's pretty well built. I mean, it's solid right there. The only real downside here is this too is also powered by 4 AAAs. The 2 Night Commanders are powered with the cheap little adapters in them, which I think is a horrible way to power a flashlight. With this light, at least we're not dealing with the adapter. Moving on to the Pro 1000 RC. Now, I know I said I was going to keep an open mind, but this to me is really, this one's pushing it. It's the most gimmicky of them all to me. We got our zoomable head, which has more wobble in it than the others. Also, I noticed the lens isn't even sitting in there tight. That could probably be, they probably just forgot the O-ring. I could put an O-ring in there and fix that, but still, it is USB rechargeable. You move this tactical ring and your plug is under there, and the user interface is this dial. We get modes ranging low, medium, high, and then we have this green tail cap they call stealth lumen or stealth low. And I think this thumb twist is a fine idea. You know, you can pick any mode you want and then turn the light on. It's just, to me, all of this together. I'll just say this: if this flashlight was a knife, it would be this knife. But it is functional. It does what it says on the box, and we got away from the AAAs, so that's a plus. Next up is our Pro 1400. We're gaining some ground here. This one, we're 6AA powered. It does use an adapter, but we could at least put nickel metal hydride cells in there, and we got an XHP 70 for our LED. It has the twist focus head, pretty solid. The lens doesn't rattle in this one. I think the body looks nice and it's fairly simple. We got the 2400 lumen version of this, which is 9AA powered. Still not ideal with that carrier. The cells are a little bit hard to get in and out of there, and 9 AAs is kind of a lot to charge, even if you go with nickel metal batteries. But two things I really like. This Zoomy, this head is so smooth and solid. I mean, there is almost zero wobble in that in any position. That is one of the best executions of a Zoomy head I've ever seen. We also got XHP 70.2 with this. $45 retail on this, and it's because of the battery situation, definitely still a consumer grade flashlight, but you're getting something here. Last but farthest from least. Okay, this is the Pro 500 Slim. It's about the size of a small flip cellular phone. And this light, I think, is incredible. The execution is very good. 500 lumens, on, off. We're using an spherical lens here, so we get that nice soft beam. We also, when you power it on, you press and hold, and it's slow, but we get a ramp. That flash tells us where the top and bottom is. It memorizes where we were last at. This clip is solid. It is plastic, but it's good. And the magnets, it's got one here and one on the bottom, and they're strong enough to hold the light. It's USB rechargeable, and the price on it was $30. Out of all the Iprotec, this is my favorite. I think this is a surprisingly good, useful flashlight. I found what is probably the same light made in the same factory, but just with a different name, Nebo, on it on Amazon for like $27, and I'll link that in the description. We got 3 lights from Browning, the first of which is this red, green, blue, white Pro Hunter. It's a mostly plastic light, powered by 3 AAA again. 60 lumens out the front on high for the white, and then we also got our colors. If you do go to look at my chart, we're on the red for this light and also for the Iprotec. I got a really low number, and I don't know. I don't think that's right. I think maybe my light meter just doesn't measure red very well. As a whole, most of the lights that I tested did a pretty good job of making their rated output. Next from Browning, we got the 700 lumen blackout. Stepping way up in quality here. This is a metal body, great switch on it, Cree XPL LED. The battery is an RCR 123. It's the USB rechargeable kind, but I'd still take that over AAA's. Just high, medium, low for our user interface. That's a much more professional grade light, I think. Finally, we got our High Noon Pro rechargeable spotlight. I don't recognize that LED, but it is domeless, so they're on the right track there. When you click the switch, it does just stay on for you. We also got a stand with it. The downside for me is the whole thing is plastic. It's good plastic, like what you would make screw guns and tools out of, but it is still just plastic, and it costs $120. It is rechargeable, USB rechargeable, and it also has the ability to run on a single 3-volt battery. Last but certainly not least, we have our two lights from Smith & Wesson. Delta Force 380 and Delta Force 1050 lumen. Our 380 lumen light is 2 AA powered, and the 1050 lumen is 18650 powered and is also USB rechargeable. These lights here, to me, are much different than the other lights we've reviewed in this video. Those lights to me are all pretty much consumer grade, except for maybe the Browning. These are a much more professional quality. The finish on them is very good. We got Cree LEDs in both of them. These lights are competitive with the quality you would expect to get when you order on the internet. The threads on them are super premium. Battery rattle's very minimal. The tail switch on the 1050 lumen one is a little bit stiff, but the AA one is just perfect. I also looked these up on Amazon to see if I could get a better price, because this bigger one was $90 at Bass Pro. On Amazon, I found it for like $63. This one had some bad reviews because two or three people said that the battery would not hold a charge. And so I checked mine, and the first time I used it and I plugged in the USB, it flashed at the end, and so I thought everything was good. It wasn't charging. In order for this light to work, you have to activate the tail switch. And it doesn't say that in the instructions. It just says that the light will flash until it's done charging. Beginning with our Coast G20 inspection light. This is the one from our Home Depot shopping spree. Nice round beam. Now our Iprotec inspection light. Much brighter. This is also the focusable. It's our tight focus. Now the Iprotec Night Commander. That is our spot beam. Our flood, that's our cob LED. And our green light. Camera not showing the green real well. There we go. That's about how it really looks in here. Now we'll go to the red, green, or the red, blue, white version. There's our white, and the ring light in this one is our colors. Blue, very vivid. There's our red. There we go. Boosted the camera ISO. And, that's about what it really looks like out there in the middle to my eyes. Now we'll go to the red-blue combination. You can definitely see with that. It seems like it makes whites pop pretty well. We'll compare it to actual UV now using my AceBeam X80 with the 365 nanometer UV. Okay, that's a very different experience. Remember that UV is not the color you see coming out of the light. The bookshelves under actual UV. And it does put off some visible light that I can see. Some of the other colors, but mostly just fluorescing things in the room. Now we'll go back to our red and blue light. It still does make the whites stand out, but it's really not the same. Maybe it's not supposed to be, I don't know. This is a cardboard tube that I painted with some laundry soap. This is UV. Back in the kitchen now with our browning red, green, blue, white. It's our 60 lumen white there. Red, green, blue. Now the Iprotec slide. Iprotec 500 Slim. Beginning now with our Smith & Wesson 2AA 380 lumen. Now going to our Browning Blackout 700 lumen. That's the RCR 123A size. Next is our 1050 lumen Smith & Wesson Delta Force. Good thrower, nice flood. This is the 1000 lumen Iprotec. Whoops. Sorry, not trying to be that annoying. There we go. Boy, that beam is nice and wide. When you zoom it all the way out, it's really got some coverage though. Iprotec 1400 lumen. That's our 6AA. It's our tightest spot. Also nice and wide here. No funny stuff with this one. Now we go to the 2400 lumen. This is our 9AA with that real smooth head. Now let's have a look at our Browning Spotlight, the 1400 lumen. Got a pretty tight beam, but we're definitely getting some spill. It's not all throw. Now I'm going to tell you guys my top picks, but first I want to tell you what we're going to do next week. I'll give you a hint. It's the Ace Beam K65. Whoops. It's the Ace Beam K75. How was that for a hint? This is their new super thrower. It's got the luminous SBT90 Generation 2 LED in it. 1.562 million CD. So we're going to compare this to the laser flashlight from last week and see how that goes. My all-time favorite light of these is the LED Lenser MT18. My favorite of all the streamlights was definitely the Iprotec HL4. It was the one that had the optic 2200 lumens and was 18650 capable. My choice of all the Iprotec is definitely the Slim 500. Of the Brownings, the 700 lumen blackout, and of the Smith & Wesson, I actually prefer the 2AA version. As always, guys, super thanks for watching, and good lucks.